really one of the biggest news stories of the day. There's so much today. I'm going to spend time coming up in the next hour on this. I heard about this last Friday. I read the bill over the weekend, and it is so horrible that it's really hard to even telegraph the full magnitude of this. Have a small business get ready for Dodd's eBay reporting provision. Buried in the 630-page housing bill, which is very popular, obviously, with the mortgage crisis, is a provision that expands Know Your Customer and other federal laws that violate the Fourth Amendment and violate the Fifth Amendment. And they've passed other laws. They passed back in, 4 years ago, it was billed in the news as a new law will give you total privacy with your doctor and with medical records. But in there, it states that any prescription, whether it's for a diaphragm or prescription ibuprofen, doesn't matter what it is, that it's instantly uploaded to the federal government on these databases and systems. Forget a Fourth Amendment against unreasonable search and seizure. Forget a Fifth Amendment against incriminating yourselves. You see, we're all wired into the matrix. We're all under surveillance, and then they tell the cattle, you're not under surveillance. Remember Bush? We don't listen to people inside the U.S. without warrants, and it comes out they're listening to everybody non-terror related. And they say, okay, but it's to keep you safe. Now, under this, eBay, Amazon accounts, any website, any small shopping cart. A lot of these people have shopping carts that might make $200 a year, with little dolls they knit. Or I know a lot of people that have their own shopping carts and might make $200 a year. I mean, gross. It says you will report, go under federal regulation, have to file reports and report every transaction in live time to them. Total violation of the Fourth and Fifth Amendment. Now, I told you that under the National ID Act, because I saw Ridge say it on television when he was Homeland Security head, and it was on all the documents, and it was in United Nations agreements from 2000 on the World ID taxation system, they said that when you even swipe your card at a brick and mortar store, you are going to have your name attached to even the cash that you're using. So you may pay with cash, but they're going to swipe your card. And the ostensible reason will be, we've got to decide which tax bracket you're in for sales tax. And they've also proposed and have tried to pass at the state level, at the international level, and Europe's actually doing this in many countries, to then whatever you do on the web is instantly uploaded to a government website. And then they surveil your account, and the accounts and the software, by law, they want to be built to automatically report where you don't even have a choice. That's the next step. eBay and Amazon and others are already reporting on people that have sub-pages and are selling and using them as a merchant. And so this will go into all cash registers, all brick-and-mortar stores. And that's only one. Remember, 2 weeks ago I went over the 5-pronged attack to destroy the Internet, and I said taxation regulation over every shopping cart, taxation over emails, taxation over bandwidth. And then I heard local talk show hosts in Austin endorsing it, saying, this is a wonderful idea. These people are getting the web for free. You having to pay even more taxes and have everything you do tracked and traced and have the power of even reporting on yourself, which violates the Fifth Amendment and Fourth Amendment, that's just even being taken away. That is not a good thing. So first there's been denial about all this, and now it's happening, and people are maybe going to wake up to it. So I want to spend 10 minutes the next hour going through this, but that's also in the news. Have a small business get ready for Dodd's eBay reporting provision now that Congress has all but decimated the Fourth Amendment with the intrusive so-called FISA bill. It's time to go after small businesses. Deep in Senator Christopher Dodd's 630-page Senate housing legislation is a sweeping provision that affects the privacy and operation of nearly all American small businesses. The provision, which was added by the bill's managers without debate this week, that's outside of committee, folks. They add it right at the end, would require the nation's payment systems to track, aggregate, and report information on nearly every electronic transaction to the federal government, explains FreedomWorks. Now, this big public watchdog group read the bill. They did a decent job, but I've now analyzed it. Let me explain. Remember, I've been telling you You heard about the governor of New York made a $10,000 transfer, and his bank reported it to the FBI, and that's how the prostitution sting started. Number one, that's not true. He was under surveillance before that. And then I came on there and I said, no. The banks are illegally, and that's why they're trying to pass legislation. Everything you do is uploaded. The government's in all of the bank's databases. Kind of like I told you in 96, the NSA doesn't tap your phones. People think when there's water in the lines or a tree falls down on a thing and it clicks, in some phone system 100 miles away, that's the government listening. No. That's a local tap if you're hearing clicking, or a private eye doing it down the street from your house or under your house with a tap. That's the only time you hear clicking and stuff. Okay? You don't hear clicking. The NSA doesn't tap the phone companies. They are the phone companies. $9 billion of whole hubs in 96, 97, 98, 99 put in everywhere. And then it came out a year and a half ago, and now it's on Frontline. Breaking news. Oh, my gosh. Whole floors at AT&T and everybody else are NSA. Everything runs through it. All I did was read the Telecommunications Act, the Deregulation Act of 96. I mean, it said by October 1st, every cell phone would be tracked in live time off GPS triangulation. Not GPS on the phone, GPS on the cell towers, triangulating you down to 3 feet, listening to you, tracking you, and people denied that was happening when I had all the documents, and then they advertise it to you. Oh, track your kids, track yourself, track your husband.